Welcome back, folks. This is part 4 of Super Return of the Jedi, and we had to stop mid-stage just because it would have either been one too long and one too short, so we're just gonna split down the middle. It's a 25-minute session. Yeah, so we're still on the Luke stages. I just actually beat this game just like 25 minutes ago. It was exhilarating. Gotta tell you that. I mean, there's a certain video games that you beat, and it's kind of like you just put that person, like you were just in bed with that person or something. You know, that's how exhilarating that it happens to be. It's like, whoa, you know. The last stage of this game should not be that much of a exhaustion. You know, you'll see as we get to it. I mean, I can only imagine the people who've beaten this game on Jedi. This is like the whole thing is just like, oh, God, you know, what the fuck is that? I mean, but there's probably about 3 or 4 stages that I hated playing this. That's one thing to know, is paying attention to that. None of the Jabba stages were really any, but I hated the Endor stage, the Escape from the Death Star stage, and then one of the Wicked stages. But surprisingly, this is a fun game. This used to be one of my favorite stages in the game back when I would play this in my youth. So I always would go specifically to this stage, and maybe the stage after fighting Jabba. I mean, this is a really short stage, though. I mean, all you have to do is just get on the sail barge and then climb, and then you're basically done. But Boba Fett should have been on this stage. I said before, but he basically should have. So. Yeah. So I still have yet to see Star Wars Episode 9. I mean, that's another thing because of coronavirus that kind of screwed with the template to it. I think really the answer was that I didn't really, with all my health problems, I didn't really want to see Rise of Skywalker in theaters. I was going to see it on DVD, but now that the libraries are closed and Walmart's kind of an iffy situation, I just said, well, we'll get to it. But I know at least some of the basic premise. I've seen some of the spoilers. I mean, not entirely, but I know that Palpatine comes back and it's basically a clone of him or something like that. I don't know what was with that Snoke character that kind of got chopped in half in Episode 8. I mean, I don't know if that gets explained in Episode 9, but we'll see. It's just a fun little scenario. The thing about this enemy is just the jumping. I mean, if you get too close, that's why you kind of want to use like a shooting enemy. You can imagine how easy this would be with Chewie, but I just wanted to hold true and stay with Luke. Give myself somewhat of a challenge. But yeah, Luke always has a horrible time with the bosses, if you can't tell. Bib Fortuna, and this enemy, and then the Rancor, of course, so it's just not recommended that you use Luke for boss characters. But I'm just gonna go with Chewie. I just said screw it. It's just the easiest thing to do. And that's the thing. I mean, when you watch this playthrough, you'll probably notice that I actually am somewhat speeding through it. I mean, as much as I'm taking my time, I'm kind of not. So obviously, if I were to say, like, screw it, you know, I'm just going to get game overs and whatever, then obviously I would have used Han Solo or even Leia. Because Leia's in her slave girl outfit in this, and she has some special attacks that are only in this stage. So you get points for letting them fall through the trapdoor. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I just made myself a burger, and I was trying to time it correctly so I'd have like maybe a burp or something to kind of convey, but it didn't turn out that way. So Feels good being a burger cook, you know. Only thing I'm missing was French fries, and you know, kind of an interesting thing to do was make some French fries. I don't really like frozen French fries though. I mean, I like McDonald's style, but of course I don't have a French fryer on standby, so I can't really do that. But another thing. I have to do some push-ups in a little bit also. I've been setting a reminder for me to do push-ups every day at 8:30, but sometimes I just, you know, hit the reminder, but then I forget to do it even after that, so. I usually do about 12 or 15 push-ups, so. I need to get my pecs larger. I don't like the idea of having man boobs. I've got to do something about that before I get too out of shape. I don't have a bench press kit, but you know, not like I need one. Really, you can get in shape just by doing push-ups and sit-ups as long as you're consistent. Keep in mind, this is still on Brave difficulty, so I'm actually flying through these stages. And I realized after I beat the game a little while ago that I could probably get through about 65% of the game without switching to easy difficulty. This is kind of like, for me to kind of be a mesh of in between Brave and easy, it's like, and it's somewhat of, it hits your pride somewhat, but I'm just kind of like, well, considering that vlogging is my main thing on YouTube, I suppose that's not too terrible. But then I don't know how, when I beat this game back when I was 25, I don't know how far ahead I sailed, you know. Whether I passed with flying colors. So I know that stage pissed me off, the last stage. I just know it pissed me off just 20 minutes ago. I know it pissed me off now. Or then. So. But yeah, pay attention to this gun power-up, because I swear that they do not put gun power-ups that consistently, and that's the thing, is you lose the gun power-ups when you exit the stage, so it kind of gives you the inclination to have to keep finding them throughout these stages. But I don't ever get the plasma power-up, which is the best power-up you can get. This is really the only time you're going to see the ion power-up. But I don't know. The whole consensus with this fucking video game series is challenge. That's what they want you to do, is to, you know, apply yourself. And it's kind of a question whether or not you want to do it, you know. Cat's gonna make a mess. Messing with my vlog ideas. They don't mention Han, Luke, Han, Chewie, and Leia. No Lando. Alright, hang on a second. Cat's getting into my things. You notice, third video now where I've talked about the cat being in proximity to me recording, so. Yeah, my hands smell like burger grease. The kitchen smells like burger grease. I mean, it's not like I did a bad job. I did an excellent job when I cooked the burger, but, you know, it smells like McDonald's or something. I kind of like that, actually, though. It's not too... Yeah, you know. You are what you eat, so... that term. The thing that's tricky about this stage is trying to get the damn heart power-ups. I mean, because you need them to... You know, just like that heart right there. I mean, I should have picked that up, but I didn't. And that's kind of the thing, is you have to really... There's a trick towards doing it, and if you don't, you realize that you don't get heart power-ups later, and then it kind of screws you a bit. So that's just kind of like the scenario. So you have to kind of move quickly around it so it recognizes that you're trying to pick it up, you know. Be brutish with these scout troopers, you know, just let them get ahead of you. Ramming them really doesn't do anything, just eats away at your health. This is where the Dagobah stage should have been. It should have been a Dagobah stage. I think it would have probably been too long a game, though. I don't know if they're just aiming for concise or whatever, but you know. The Endor stages are trolls, I'll tell you. I mean, one stage in particular just really tried my patience. I was mad. I had veins in my neck and everything. I was just yelling and that sort of shit. It really happened to not be such a grandiose affair. So yeah, you have to quickly get those hearts. So 4 left. Yeah, so I guess Leia kind of gets the shaft for most of this playthrough, which is kind of unfortunate, but I don't know. I mean, I just figured I would have died if I would have used her, so I was just like, you know. I mean, it would have given you maybe a couple extra minutes of playtime, but watch time, but you know. You don't have a choice but to be Wicket, so in these stages, so I don't know. The only thing about these characters is they don't talk. You know, I forgot that. These are just essentially like stuffed bears or something, you know. But alright, subscribe for more fun, stay tuned.